Hi everyone, my name is Nicola White. I'm a London mudlark with a creative permit issued by the Port of London Authority. Join me as I go mudlarking on the River Thames at low tide and then research the stories behind the objects I find. Let's go and see what the tide has left out for us.
I've just been having a little scrape around in this metal patch here. I stood up, walked along, and as I did so, I looked down and I can see something protruding from under that brick, which I want to take a closer look at. Come with me and have a look. See what I'm looking at? It's just here. And what is exciting is that it actually has some lettering on it. There's a bit of metal here. Let's see what it is. Ooh. Oh, let's see. On there it says, oh, petrol tank. Yay! Exciting. I do love a bit of metal with some lettering on it. Just give it a little rinse off. The tide is just starting to go out. Okay, I think that is a petrol tank too. Nice, that'll look nice when it's been shined up. I can see a coin here as well. It is a modern 2p. I'll take that for the Thames charity box. And let's see if there's anything else of any note. Look, there's an F for fun. Fabulous fun. Well, I've just spotted something sparkly in gold over there, believe it or not. Just down there. See it? Now, I wonder if it's real. There's a Thames path right up there above me. I'm in Greenwich, and hopefully somebody hasn't had a big argument with their fiancé and thrown it over the edge. It feels very light, so I definitely do not think that that is gold. It's very, very light. But even so, it's pretty, isn't it? Pretty and sparkly. I can't see a mark in there, like a hallmark. But like I said, it really feels too light to be gold and diamonds. Still, it's a nice addition to my ring collection, and I always wonder how these rings end up in the Thames. Arguments, lovers' tiffs, a way of letting go of somebody, maybe. A mystery, we will never know, but it gets your imagination going. What do you think, Goose? What do you think about it all? At least you don't have rings and things like that, no complicated goose emotions. Or maybe they do. Maybe they do. I mean, maybe they do have emotions. Maybe they fall in love with their goose partners. I've just seen a pipe stem down here. Will there be a bowl on the end? Will there be? Oh no. No, but there is a heel. And oh, there is some lettering on it. We may have a maker. That makes up for the lack of bowl. Let's give it a rinse. Who is that? Ah, Taylor, I think. Is that Taylor? Yeah, Taylor with a C. And Mile End. Okay, so clay pipe maker, Taylor and Co. Mile End, great. One to look up. I love that. So much to look at here. So much to look at. It's so interesting. Again, I'm looking at metal down here, and I've seen a corner of metal that I want to take a close look at. Just there. See it? This bit here. It might be nothing, but I don't know. Maybe it is something. What do I hope it is? I hope it's a piece of metal with some kind of design or a name on. But, you know, let's prepare to be disappointed. It could be huge as well, so I don't know. I might not be able to get it out. Oh, I think there's definitely some decoration on it. I don't know, I could be imagining things. Let's take a look. See if I can get it out. Oh yeah, I think we'll be able to get it out. Ooh. It's definitely moving. I wonder how far it goes down. Oh no, the edge is there, so I think with any luck we should be able to get that out. What's it going to be? As you know, when I'm mudlarking, my skin is exposed to all the elements: wind, rain, sun, and even snow, and it can take a real toll on my skin. So I've been trying something different for the last month to make my skin feel really refreshed and cared for. And it just so happens that there are some fantastic Black Friday deals coming up that I want to share with you. So stay tuned, and I'd like to thank Foreo for partnering with me on this video. So I've been trying the FAQ 202 by Foreo, which is a clinically tested silicone LED face mask. I start with the FAQ Red Light Peptide Serum, which preps the skin and boosts the LED treatment. The mask is really lightweight and comfortable, and it fits perfectly to my face. You can hardly feel it when it's on, and because it's wireless, I can even go about my business whilst wearing it. Like, for example, sorting out my mudlarking finds. The mask has 8 different treatments, including near-infrared, to target redness, dullness and uneven tone. I really particularly like the customised treatments in the app, especially the calming one. Even in just a couple of weeks, I've noticed my skin looks smoother, healthier and more even, and to be honest with you, I wasn't really expecting that. The LED therapy is clinically proven though to boost collagen, helping the skin renew naturally. Foreo has incredible Black Friday deals on right now, and with my code 35Nicola, you get an extra 35% off almost all products, even the ones already on sale, which means up to 50% off. So if you'd like to take advantage of this offer, I've put a link in the description to this video. Right, unfortunately, would you believe I took my gloves out of my rucksack earlier and I didn't put them back in, so that's a bit annoying. Here it comes. Out you come, little beauty. So what are you? Okay. Some kind of lid, I think. And I'm going to give it a rinse off to see what's on it. See that? Definitely some kind of lid, isn't it? Right. Back in a moment. Right, I'll leave my trowel there for a sec. Down to the water's edge we go. Let's go over here. Oh, I really hope there's some kind of decoration on it. Oh, there definitely is, you know. Oh, wow, there is. Oh, this is so nice. I'll be able to give it a much better clean when I'm at home because I've got all my brushes and things at home. Ooh, what a treat! Yes! Look, you can just see the beginnings there of a decorated lid of something. That's going to clean up. Oh, do you know what? Oh, it's a little, yeah, it's got hinges, look. Maybe it's the door from a stove. That's what it could be. The door from a stove. A lot of ship breaking and ship building and ship repairs went on here, so that is definitely what it could be. I can't wait to get that home to clean it up. Woo, excellent. Right, I'm going to put that in my bag. I've just seen something quite interesting down here. It looks like some kind of tropical seed pod, which is interesting because, of course, lots of ships would have been here years and years, centuries ago, and who knows, this could be something that came from foreign climes, whatever it is. I found a seed pod a few years ago actually, and I've just had it recorded with the Museum of London. I'm going to put this in my bag and try and clean it up a little bit when I get home. I don't want to damage it. Very interesting. Pottery here. Let's have a look. Oh, that's pretty. Blue and white transferware. I'm now quite curious about this piece of metal here which is poking out of the mud. I'm wondering if it's from an axe. It looks axe shaped, doesn't it? Shall we see? Is it an axe head? Oh, I don't know. Come on, out with you. Oh. Ooh. Now, I wonder if that is a very large caulking iron for putting the oakum in between the seams of the planks on the ship for making it watertight. It could be, but then again, I don't know. It's rather big and heavy for that. Some kind of tool used on ships anyway, that's for sure. Well, you know what, I've decided I'm not going to take it actually after all, because I don't really have anything to carry it in. I don't really think I need it, but it would be nice to identify it. Some kind of tool, and maybe some of my mudlark friends will be able to tell me what it is. A caulking tool or something else. Or maybe you know. Feel free to put your thoughts down in the comments below. It's a lovely, clean foreshore. certainly makes life easier when you're looking for things. I've just spied something over there with some lettering on, so I'm going to go and take a little look, see what it is. It's just down here. I think it says something like ing water. Maybe it would have said drinking water. I'll clean it up a bit at home and we can take a better look at it. Do like a bit of metal with some lettering, as you know. Oh, look, a bit of iridescence shining through there. Shall we see if there's anything lurking underneath worth investigating? Let's see. Ah, no, it's just a bit of broken glass. Oh, you win some, you lose some. Let me show you what I've just pulled out of the mud here. It's a lovely old ink bottle. And what's nice is it's still got the cork in it, look. It's really in perfect condition. I've just seen one for the bead lovers down here. It's a tiny little blue bead. There it is, look. Let's get it. Come here, little bead. It's pretty, isn't it? Now, I've spied with my little eye down here an oval-shaped piece of metal. Just there, can you see it? Just there, right in the middle. And I'm really hoping that it may be some kind of tag or label or something. Let's turn it over to have a look. I'm just having a feel. There's definitely something on there. Little hole here. So what can this be? Oh, you know how I love a name. Oh. Look at that. Stockton something. Hope something or other. Do you know, I can't see it. Can't see what it says, but it's definitely got something on there, which is perfect. And luckily I have an eye test tomorrow, so I'll be able to get some glasses for future. Now I can't work out whether that's mum and baby or just an annoying baby. I think it's definitely a juvenile there. He's got rid of the big one. He's going in for the fish. Looks tasty. Bit of competition coming your way. Oh, I think we're going to lose the fish. Oh dear.
Do you know what? The other day I found the head of a lead soldier, a tiny little head, and I've just found another one. It's funny because obviously usually I find the headless bodies, but now I'm going through a phase of finding lots of heads. Look at this. That is the unmistakable head of a soldier or a cowboy or something, anyway, some little lead toy. I will take this head and see if I have another little body that I can put it on, because I do have a collection of headless bodies at home. Doesn't everyone? Come on, little head. Come home with me. Let's see if we can find you a body. Do you know what I've seen here? I've seen a bottleneck. But if you look carefully, you can see that the stopper is still in there. Just here, look. Let's pull out this neck. Pull out the stopper for the first time in many, many years, maybe 100 years, or over 100 years. Oh, there's a little shrimp on there as well. Sorry, shrimpy. There we are, look. A little stopper that's just come out of this bottleneck. I wonder who the last person was who put that stopper back in. There's no sun today, but we can do a stopper in the sky shot. It's an 18th century clay pipe bowl, early 18th century, emerging into the 21st century. What a different century that is. Yes, look, you can see there a maker's mark on the side of the heel and on that side too. Possibly a little Georgian crown, maybe. Or, no, looks like an I. No, an H. That looks like an H, doesn't it? And what have we got there? Something else. Maybe a... Is that a P? I'll have a closer look at home. So, brilliant. Oh, it's very blustery. But you know what? It's really good because the foreshore is so clean. So clean, so you can just see everything. I think we are going to have a little bit of a pipe frenzy. So bear with me. Is there going to be a pipe on the end of this stem? Or a pipe bowl, rather. Let's see. Oh, we might be lucky. It'd be amazing if we are. Ah, no, we're not, look. Oh, what a shame. I wonder if it's down there. No, it's not. Oh well, never mind. Right, I've just seen another one over there. I'm going to walk really slowly over it. So keep your eyes peeled. You saw it, didn't you? If you didn't, it's just here. It's just here. So, let's get it out. Oh, it's a little bit broken, that one. You know what? I'm gonna leave that one here. Somebody else might like it. I shall leave that one here on the mud. So there's more pipage down here. There is more pipage. Now there's one here which looks to be a little earlier than the first one we pulled out. This one is late 17th century. You can tell by the shape. Let's give it a little rinse. So yeah, slightly older, and yeah, there's another one here. This one was broken. There's a stem here. Do you think there'll be anything on the end? No, there won't.
So here, nope. Are there any more? Another stem. You can also tell sometimes the age of pipes from the stem, because these are really thick, round stems, and the Victorian ones tend to have stems that are a lot thinner. Now down here I think I spy some green glazed pottery, so that could be Tudor greenware. And you know where I'll check for that. That's in Richard Hemery's book Sherd, or his previous book all about pottery that we find on the River Thames. Now this little piece of transferware poking out just there caught my eye. I wonder if there's going to be a little pattern or a little scene. Let's take a look. I mean, it could be a tiny piece, but it might be something. See if I can move this stone, that'll be helpful, wouldn't it? Right, oh, there we go. It's quite a large rim. Oh, I'm feeling quite hopeful about this. Let's take a look. Well, I can see a little house. Oh, and a little person. Let's give it a little wash off in this handy little pool. Oh, look, there's a vulcanite bottle stopper. Wow. That was fortuitous. Okay, so there is a little house with a little person there, or maybe two little people actually. And yeah, very nice. And look, a vulcanite bottle stopper in very good condition as well. It's left a nice little imprint there. Little imprint of history. And there's something on this one. It is, let's have a look. Oh, White and Sons. London. R. White and Sons, London. It's funny because the men in my family, the middle name is traditionally Roberts White. So you never know, this could be a long lost relative. Now, where did I leave my, here's my trowel. I just want to see what that other piece of metal is actually. Here, that bit there, looks like a bracket for a window or something. Or maybe the handle. Actually, I think it's more likely to be, yeah, the handle. You know, the catch that you pull to open a window. And what's this? That is nothing. Okay, well, a nice piece of transferware and a vulcanite bottle stopper. It's always nice to see the outline of a pipe, particularly one of the older varieties. Take a look at this. Very nice. Welcome to the world, little pipe. I'd say that's late 17th century, I believe. I've just seen a sharp little tooth poking out here. Definitely a meat eater. Now, I wonder if that's a pig. A bit of pig jaw. Possibly. I'm going to take that.
Hi everyone, thank you very much indeed for watching my video and for joining me on that mudlarking excursion along the Thames foreshore at low tide, searching for pieces of London's lost history. And I hope you enjoyed that outing as much as I did, and I'm looking forward to talking a little bit about some of the objects you saw me pick up during that outing, and you might be able to help me with some of them actually and give me some more information. But before I do, I just want to check in with you. As always, it's wonderful to see you, and I hope that wherever you're watching from, that all is well in your world and that you're in good health and in good spirits. But things aren't always as we would like them to be. This we know very well, and so if things aren't going so well for you at the moment, I really hope that they start to look up for you again very soon. So, as you saw, the Thames took me on a bit of a metallic journey during that outing, finding everything from iron to little pieces of lead to even gold, and of course a bit of pottery and clay pipes sprinkled in between. Now I have to admit I struggled a little bit with this roundup because I was thinking, how can I make it really interesting and captivating so that people are going to stick around whilst I wax lyrical about an old iron door thing that I found in the mud? How can I make it really interesting? You know, it's lovely to find artifacts that have got a fascinating story behind them, but sometimes it's not always the case. What can you say about an iron door? But then I sat down and I had a think, and I realised that this outing has taught me a lot about the use of iron in Victorian times and how incredibly important it was. I mean, iron was used in Victorian times to pretty much everything from household goods to tools to machinery, engines, infrastructure like bridges. And so certainly there's always something we can learn from the objects we find, even if they're not mind-blowingly incredible in terms of historical significance. So, having said all that, let me try and keep you captivated whilst I talk a little bit about iron. And I'm going to start with this little tag here, which is lovely. I love finding tags, especially with lettering on. You can always then sort of go down a rabbit hole and start to investigate the information on the tag. So this is a little tag which says on it, Hope Ironworks of Stockton, and at the bottom it's got night and it's got number blank there. It's got one hole, so I'm thinking it's probably a tag maybe used by a worker at night, and then they've got to put a number on it. I'm not absolutely certain, in fact, whether that is the case, but maybe like a factory tag when somebody takes a tool and then they have to leave a tag hanging up in the office. I don't know, maybe some of you can enlighten me on what this was actually used for. But in any case, Hope Ironworks, and I really like the name as well, was based in Stockton, and it's a very good example actually of what iron was used for in Victorian times. I came across several newspaper articles, and there's one here from 1876 concerning Hope Ironworks and a man named J. Fryer, who I think must have been the owner at that time of Hope Ironworks. And by the way, I think J. Fryer is just the greatest name for somebody who is owning an ironworks, because I wonder if he made frying pans. So maybe he did, maybe he didn't. But anyway, he certainly did make a lot of things. So let me just read a little bit of this to you. So J. Fryer of Hope Ironworks, Trinity Lane, York, warming and ventilating engineer, general smith and bell hanger, manufacturer of improved kitchen ranges and steam cooking apparatus, hot plates, hot closets, smoke jacks, whatever they are, drying closets for laundries, dinner and luggage hoists, strong wrought iron, improved door and frame for fireproof closets and strong rooms, apparatus for warming mansions, churches, hothouses, private and other buildings of every description by hot air or by the circulation of hot water. And he also has a very good recommendation by Henry, the Vicar of Snaith. And so you can see just by reading that how versatile iron was and how many things it was used for. So interestingly, it mentioned kitchen ranges there. And of course, what you saw me pull out of the mud, which I was very excited about, and which is here and which I have now cleaned up. I brought it home and gave it a good run under the outside tap. Looks very much like it could be the door to a kitchen range, or maybe a little stove, perhaps from a Victorian home, or maybe even from a ship, maybe a captain's cabin or a galley on a ship. I don't know. Where I found it in southeast London, there was a lot of ship breaking and shipbuilding going on, so it could indeed have come from a ship. I hoped at first that it might be the lid to a treasure box. It would be nice to find a treasure box. And I have Googled stove doors. I haven't managed to find any that actually have like a handle like this on it. But judging by the hinges here and also this little catch, it certainly looks to me like the door to a stove. And I love to imagine it opening and closing and seeing the glowing coals behind it. And I'm sure wherever it was in the past, it saw a lot of action in a very hot kitchen or a hot room. So what do you think? Where do you think it came from? And just look at that. I think it's cast iron, and it's got a lovely design all around it. It's lovely, isn't it, how these functional objects are so pretty and they've spent so much time and care making it. And it does have another purpose now that it's come to live with me, and that purpose is going to be the lid on a box. Now, I've got lots of these old cigar boxes that I source from shops in London, without the cigars in, of course, and this door here, for want of a better word, actually fits perfectly onto this box here. And so I use these boxes to keep my finds in, and I'm going to use this one to keep all my bits of metal in that have lettering on. And you saw me find a few of those today. So it has a new purpose. And even though I can't delve into the history behind this door, it's still a beautiful object. And like I said, it just ties in really well with the Hope Ironworks tag, because we get a real sort of look at the iron industry, the booming iron industry of the Victorian age. And there was also, of course, the very large iron tool that I found there, that great big chisel, which possibly could have been used as a caulking tool. And again, I love to imagine somebody hammering it in between the seams of the planks on the hull of a ship to keep it watertight, hammering that oakum in between the seams. And I do enjoy finding tools because they're just such a personal piece of history. So there we are with the iron, and we've also got these little tags here. Now this one is definitely drinking water. That probably came off of a ship as well, I should think. And this one here, which I thought said petrol tank 2. I'm not absolutely certain. It looks like PEIL tank 2 or PELL, but maybe it's just PETL, short for petrol tank. So again, if you have any thoughts on that, please put them in the comments below, as well as anything else you might like to say about these metal objects that I picked up. So let's move from iron to gold, because even amongst all this gritty industrial stuff, there is something that exudes a bit of love and romance, or at least maybe it was a bit of love and romance at one time, but perhaps it ended up in the river because that romance and love was all over, and that is this ring here. It's always nice to find a ring on the Thames, and it certainly gets your imagination going, and you have to wonder at how it got in there. Was it thrown deliberately? Very possibly. And as I mentioned, when I found it on the river, it's very, very light, and I was pretty certain it wasn't gold. But when I got home, I looked at it, and there is in fact a hallmark on there. It says 14K, and so presumably 14K gold. And I've looked it up, and they do make rather engagement rings out of 14K gold. I very much doubt it's a diamond. I mean, it could genuinely be lost by accident, but I don't know, the fact that it was right there by the pathway next to the Thames sort of indicates to me that it's been tossed over the side. So what do you think? What do you think? What are your theories as to how this ring ended up in the Thames? Now, moving on to something that is not metal but organic. It's like nature didn't want there to be just metal featured in this roundup. I have here this extraordinary thing which looks like a giant oak apple, wouldn't you say? The likes of which are found on oak trees. But I think it's been in the mud for quite some time, just by how it presented itself when I found it, rather than it being something that's just dropped in over the edge off of a tree or something. Could it have come in on a ship? Because there would have been a lot of ships coming and going where I was, carrying cargoes of seeds, fruit and vegetables, that kind of thing, organic objects. That's what I like to think. I should maybe take it to Kew Gardens or something and see if anybody can identify it. It looks like a very dried up type of apple, doesn't it? But do you recognise it? Do you know what it is? Is it a seed pod? Something else? I'd love to know. I'm going to have to make some further investigations into this because I really want to know what it is. I found a seed pod 2 or 3 years ago, actually, when I was out with Simon, and that's now being recorded with the London Museum because it really tells a story of trade and travelling. So even something like this can tell a story. Now I've got a little piece of pipe stem. Where did I put it? It's here somewhere. I'll put a picture up on the screen. And it bears the name Taylor & Co. Mile End. Now, I haven't actually been able to find out anything about Taylor & Co. of Mile End. So if you can, please let me know. I'd love to hear if you can find out anything. It's kind of nice, though, that even though I can't find anything out about him or the company that made that pipe, that evidence of their existence is still washing up today, over 100 years later, on the River Thames. And the last thing I wanted to mention was this pottery which I picked up. It always amazes me that we can pick up pottery that was in somebody's kitchen hundreds of years ago. And I've consulted Richard Hemery's book. It's an absolute must-have for anybody who's interested in pottery, whether you find it in the field by field walking or on the River Thames. It's just brilliant. It has every kind of pottery in here. And I believe that this is Surrey borderware, I think. And as always, I love to imagine what was cooked in it many, many years ago, or what was inside it. This looks like part of a bowl. Now, I think that's everything about the finds that I wanted to talk to you about. And if you have any comments or anything that you want to say or add, then please do put them in the comments below. And that would be great. I'd be very grateful for that. So now what I wanted to do was announce the winner of the 2 tickets to the Secrets of London Thames Secrets of the Thames exhibition at London Museum. You may remember I did a giveaway back in August. It's taken me this long actually to find out who the winner is, so my apologies for that. And so yesterday I sat down and went onto the Pick a Winner site to find out who won. So I'm going to show you that now. So we put the link in here, get the video. I asked people to put hashtag Secrets of the Thames after a comment. So let's see how many comments we've got. Lots and lots of comments, and let's pick a winner. Are you ready? And the winner is David Anderson Towler, 7347. A city so rich in history as London, this marvellous exhibition is the perfect way for a visitor to take in multiple centuries all in one place. That is a very good way of describing it. Congratulations, David. So congratulations, David. I hope that you're watching this video so that you know that you've won 2 tickets to Secrets of the Thames at London Museum, which is on until the end of March 2026. And if you're not watching, well, I will try and contact you. But if you are, then contact me via my website and I can let you know how you can get those tickets. If you haven't seen the exhibition at London Museum, and if you live relatively close to the museum, then do try and go and take a look, because it's a really lovely exhibition with so many marvellous treasures, all found by lots of mudlarks in the River Thames. Apart from that, what else? Well, it's my birthday next week on Thursday the 20th of November. I'm always quite excited about birthdays, I have to admit, and this year I'm actually driving down to my sister's in Bristol to spend it with her, which will be really nice because I don't think I can remember the last time I spent my birthday with my sister. It's partly because it's halfway to Cornwall, which is where I'm going after that, because I am jumping on a helicopter to go to the Isles of Scilly, to Tresco, a little island on the Isles of Scilly, where I'm joining my friend and fellow history hunter, Ellie from Miss Detectorist UK. Some of you may watch her YouTube videos, and if you don't, do go on over and take a look, because she's a marvellous storyteller and she finds some really beautiful objects in the fields when she's out detecting. So we're going to work on a few projects together and we're going to spend some time over there. I hope the weather's going to hold up, because it's a pretty remote island and so it could be very wild, wet and windy, but I'm very excited about it and I'm looking forward to sharing with you the projects that we work on when we're there together. So I think that's pretty much it really. So I hope that you enjoyed this video and I hope that you go on to have an excellent week ahead. I'd like to thank you all very much for your continued support, and also thank you to everybody who has donated to my Ko-fi and my super thanks. Thank you to everybody who's been watching the Lost and Found series. We've got another 4 videos to come out, I think. And if you haven't watched any, maybe go over and have a look. You might enjoy them. They are related to 10 heritage trainees who have been studying 10 of my mudlarking finds. And it's really interesting to see what their research has thrown up and to see the object through their perspective. So it's been a very, very interesting project. Right, so that's it. So thank you again, and I'm looking forward to seeing you again soon with more adventures in the mud of the River Thames or elsewhere. And in the meantime, sending you much love and many hugs from here in London. Take care. Bye-bye.